Here's a quick reminder about something we call the CRAAP test, kind of a funny name, but CRAAP is actually 5 letters, an acronym that remind us of what we should be doing every time we're looking at sources, written sources, or even videos that you're watching on the internet, any place that you're getting information to determine whether or not that source is credible, something that you want to use for research purposes. So this slide reminds you of what the 5 letters are in the CRAAP test. So I'll go through them quickly. Is the source current? That's C. How recently was it published or updated? The R is this source relevant to my topic? Basically, is it on topic with what I'm really trying to search for? 2 of the A's. The first A, who's the author of this source? It might also be the editor. Basically, is that person an expert on any given topic? The second A is, in this article or this source, is the information accurate? Could we verify that those pieces of information are really true using other sources or background knowledge? And then finally, the P of the CRAAP test, what is the purpose of this source? We are hoping to find things whose goal is to inform or to teach, not necessarily to persuade or try to change your thinking. Those are more persuasive. Sometimes they can be biased. So these 5 questions are one we ask ourselves as we're doing research. I have found a source here. If my research topic was how many women are currently serving as politicians or government employees in different roles, I might find a source like this. It's from the Pew Research Center. That's at least an organization that I have heard of many times as it pertains to national research. The title of this article is that the 118th Congress has a record number of women. So right off the bat, I'm going to assume that this source is probably somewhat relevant for my topic of how many women are currently serving in political roles or government service. As I scroll through this article a little bit, I can see that it was published January 3rd, 2023. That's pretty recent. And I can see the names of both of the authors of this article. Ahead of time, I went ahead and clicked on those. Both of those take you to a page where Pew Research tells you more about them as authors, as editors. I'll skip that for this video, but you can see right off the top, the title is on topic, it's recently published, and I can see who these authors are. So C, it's current. R, we hope relevant. A, the author. We're left with accurate and purpose. I'm obviously not going to read this entire article to you, but it's talking about the percentages of women serving as members of the 118th Congress. One piece of information I found interesting here is that women in Congress don't represent the same percentage of women in the United States of America. And there's a link here to what women what percentage of the US population are women. And when you click that, it takes you straight to the US Census Bureau website with the most recent information about our total population. This is the most reputable source, I would assume, when it comes to who lives in the United States. The census is taken to see who lives here in this country. So the information presented in my original article, I'm assuming, is accurate because it's coming from primary sources, from more reputable sources. Again, to save you time, you could scroll through this whole article and you could look for other pieces of information in this article and then see if you could fact check them in other places. As I read through this article, I was seeing a lot of information about just numbers and percentages. I was not seeing things like women should or should not hold these positions. It was more just what is the history of women serving in this role. So the purpose here seems to be to inform or to teach, not to persuade. Nothing too biased. As I continue looking through this article, the headings all do continue to talk about women serving in Congress. So in terms of the relevancy, this article stays on topic for what I'm trying to research. Overall, if I was going to rank this article for the CRAAP test, I would say it passes all 5 of these letters and is a reputable source to use.